Shalom, friends. Akiva here from Israel in 5, and I want to invite you to a very, very special and important virtual tour coming up this Sunday. You can sign up at israel.org/tour or using the link down below in the description. If you've been liking the Israel in 5 content, you're going to love this 1-hour-long program. We're going to be focusing on the Purim story, retelling the Purim story, and also drawing parallels between the ancient Purim story and the current war between Israel and the Hamas terror organization today. We're also going to be telling stories of miracles that have happened during this war, both to IDF soldiers as well as Israeli civilians. Don't miss it. Sign up at israel.org/tour or using the link in the description below. Hope to see you there. We know the Bible calls the land of Israel the land of milk and honey, but I like to say that the land of Israel is also the land of wine and water. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. The land of wine and water. When you come to this land, when you live in this land, you realize that there are so many things around this land that have to do with wine and water. Let's start with wine. As you're hiking this land, as you're traveling this land, you see, besides all of the modern day wineries, which are beautiful and create incredible tasting wine, which has really brought the Israeli wines to the attention of the entire world, you see a lot of archaeological remnants of past ancient wine production. We know that in the Jewish tradition that wine has a very, very significant place. We make Kiddush on Friday night, which is a blessing over the wine to sanctify the seventh day, the day of rest. We use it in our rituals. We use it in our holidays. We use it in our celebrations in a very, very specific and measured way. So just like we have wine production today, of course, in the past, the ancient Jews had ancient wine production, and we still see remnants of that ancient wine production all over this land in small form, in larger form, even in industrial form, where you can see wine presses built into the bedrock of this land. And literally, as you go hiking, you can pass many of these wine presses along the trail. I've done that many times myself, and it's an incredible thing to see, just to show how this tradition that we have today is so connected to the traditions of yesteryear, of the ancient past. And we know that back in the day, people stepped on the grapes in order to get the juices out, and they collected it into a basin. And you can see that in the ancient wine press, they have a hole that then collects all the juice into a certain area, and from there they put it into some kind of container, let it sit, and turn into wine. They also found many, many clay vessels, many of them being held, stored underneath the ground to keep its temperature regulated, that had remnants of wine in them. So we can see that today all over the land. What about water? Well, we know that Israel is not known for an abundance of water, specifically surface water. We have the Mediterranean Sea, which is seawater. Only in modern day times have we figured out how to desalinize that water and use it in our local water supply. And then we have the Kinneret, we have the Sea of Galilee, which offers a good amount, a decent percentage of our everyday water use. But most of the water that is used in the land of Israel, both anciently and presently, comes from underneath the ground, right? Spring water, aquifers. And as you hike this land, just like you can see wine presses all over the place, you can find natural springs, right? These natural springs being where the water from underneath the earth, finds a way out, finds a crack, finds an opening, and comes to the surface. And as you travel this land and as you spend more time in this land, you see that there's so many what we call mayanot, natural springs all over this land. So we don't have lots of lakes, and we don't have tons of rivers. We have some rivers, especially up north. But what we do have a lot of are these local springs. And that's what people in the ancient times used to survive, to live on and live by, both for their drinking needs and also for their agricultural needs as well. And so that's why I like to say that the land of Israel, in addition to being the land of milk and honey, is also the land of wine and water.